Alright, where were we? Okay. Moss Bridge Troll. Power and toughness goes up to 2020. And the final line of Miles Rear was if a creature has power 20 at the beginning of your upkeep, power 20 greater at the beginning of your upkeep, then you win the game. So it's a nice combo piece. Then, let's stay with the big guys for right now. And we'll move into these guys. These two guys are amazing. Now, you get Seaboard Muse. Let me show you Seaboard Muse. There's two forms of Seaboard Muse, but Seaboard Muse untaps all target permanents you control during each other player's untap step. So it's an amazing card. And that works great with Mayael the Anima. Because you get to pop Mayael every turn. That's what I call it when you use Mayael. When you use her mana ability, you pop Mayael. That's what I like to call it. But with Seaboard Muse, you get to do it every turn. Well, same thing with Godsire. You get to do it every turn. Put a 8/8 beast creature token that's red, green, and white out every turn. Sounds like fun to me. And his buddy for Wild Pair is Platinum Empyrean. Your life total can't change. This guy is a beast. There's so many games I played, and he's MVP. And he looks really cool at that. But your life total not changing is a big deal for your opponent. If you can protect that guy, they're in trouble. Now, these two are a little tougher. A lot of people don't play them. But personally, I love Terracodon. Terracodon's a 9/9, comes into play, and you get to destroy 3 non-creature permanents. That's the key to remember, non-creature. And they get green elephants for it, but it's too much fun destroying their stuff. 3/3 green elephants are nothing. And then his buddy is Pathrazer of Volmog. And what this guy does, he's got Annihilator 3, and then he can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. Now, he's not great, like he's not amazing, and neither is Terracodon, especially for their mana cost. But they're just so much fun to play. Alright, and we'll get into some little creatures here. These guys are tools. Actually, Acidic Slime should have probably went with a Destruction. Death Touch. Everybody knows what Acidic Slime does. Then we have Fallen Shaman. Another way of cheating creatures into play. You got the creature in your hand and you can't pay for them, and you really need to get creatures on the battlefield. So discard the creature, don't worry about it, we can get them back later. And we'll put another creature on the battlefield that we can afford. Then we have Vexing Shusher. Blue hates our deck, so this guy helps us against blue. Now, the deck has a bunch of tools. This is what they're like the tools to win the game, is what I call them. Alright, so here I got 3 cards proxied in right now. I actually have the cards, they're just in my Guafa Hazid deck right now. There's a top, you know what top is, and then 2 enchantment tutors, Idyllic Tutor and Enlightened Tutor. They're just going to search for your enchantments. Then we have Rings of Brighthearth, so it lets me do Miles' ability twice, or do Gurk's ability twice, just by paying 2. That really wouldn't make sense for Gurk's ability, but doing Miles' ability twice is worth it. Then you have Eternal Witness, put her in play, pull a card back from your graveyard. So that card you Fallen Shaman earlier that you need back, go ahead. Genesis Wave, usually it's going to get mana leaked, or countered, whatever, but it's going to be fun, if you do get it off. Monumentous Fall, they go to kill your creature, or go to take your creature from you, kill it yourself, and draw cards for it. Drawing cards is always good. Cream of the Crop, just like top, it's there, you put a creature into play and you get to look at the top cards. It's there to set Mayael up. You want to set Mayael up for success. When she pops, you want her to actually hit a creature. And that's what she's there. That's what the Cream of the Crop and Sensei's Divine top. You want to make sure that creature's there. And then Seaboard Muse, we already talked about that. Draws a lot of hate. You want to protect it if you get out. Probably one of the most fun cards of the deck. Lurking Predators. Oh my god, it's fun. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it on the battlefield. There's nothing more fun than this. I don't know. There's not much that's more fun than this. Really fun card. greater good. This is my sacrifice outlet. It's always good to have a sacrifice outlet. They go to steal your creature, sacrifice them, draw cards. Seems pretty good to me. I drew a lot of cards off of it before. Awakening. It's like Seaboard Muse, but it's dangerous. But if I have Mayael in play, I can drop this card and not care about everybody else untapping all their stuff. Because Mayael's going to be dropping creatures every turn, and she's going to be a lot scarier than what they're dropping. Elixir of Immortality, a 401. Shuffle your graveyard back into the library, gain 5 life. This is a good tool. Mirror's Guile, look at the top. It's like a top, but it only costs 1 green as an enchantment. You look at the top, and you only do it during your upkeep. And you can't draw a card, of course, but it's the top pretty much. And it's only 1 green. So, another way to make sure Mayael's going to hit. Praetor's Council, right here, return your graveyard, and then you exile Praetor's Council and get everything for you. You get a no maximum hand size, which is awesome. True Conviction. That card is amazing. Creatures you control have double strike and lifelink. So a 6/6 double strike lifelink guy is normally what you're going to end up with, and that's pretty wild. That usually scares people. Then you have Fires of Yavimah. Not the best card in the deck, but I like having my guys to have haste. And if you sacrifice, you get +2/+2. I've never actually used sacrifice ability on it, but it's nice to have there. Maybe it can win a game if I need to get that extra 2 damage in. You never know. And then there's Miles Aria. Usually draws a lot of hate because it's got that pesky line on there, win the game. And people don't like that line. But, and they usually know that I got Moss Bridge Toll, so. But, you gotta have it in there. You gotta have threats. Even if you're not, I mean, you don't want to be a jerk all the time and actually go for the win, but you gotta have threats too. You don't want to sit on the table and get beat up. Alright, now we're gonna look at lands. Now, for basic lands, there's not really a whole lot of basic lands. I got 4 plains and 5 forests, because that's definitely what you're going to have the most of, and 3 mountains, because we just went through all the cards in the deck, and you notice there's not as much red as there is everything else. And then you got your dual lands, Gruul Turf, red-green dual land, Naya Paramount. It's not really a dual land, but it's a sack outlet. Look for red, green, or white. Perfect for a Naya deck like mine. Sunpetal Grove, why not? Boros Garrison, red, white, Boros. Jungle Shrine, red, green, white. And Selesnya Sanctuary or whatever, green, white land. Alright, then we have our any color lands. Rupture Spire and Command Tower. And our man lands, Raging Ravine and Stirring Wildwood. They can win you a game, don't be surprised. Then Tap Sacks, Marsh Flats, Arid Maze, Averted Catacombs. Thin the deck out a little bit. And then Cyclane Lands, Secluded Step, and Tranquil Thicket. Always nice to, if you don't need that land, to draw a card. Then these are my tool lands. Buried Ruin, way underused. Probably one of my favorite lands in the game right now, because it's still in standard, so I use it in standard as well. It's always cool to pull that artifact back late in the game. Township, that gets ridiculous. Get Seaboard Muse out, and then start Township, all these big guys already. Gets pretty fun. Ghost Quarter, you always want to destroy something. Destroy that Misty Maze or Maze of Ith. Temple of the False God, I got it proxied right now, but it's 2 mana basically. Reliquary Tower, no maximum hand size. It's in my other deck, those proxies. Keswick Wolf Run, that's how you win a game with the man lands. Homeward Path, this deck, these creatures are huge targets for stealing. Everybody wants to steal your creatures, so you want to bring it back. Homeward Path is a definite must-have. And then Misty Maze, I got it, it's in my other deck. And then for the final 2 cards of the deck, these 2 lands are essential. Lands are so essential in any Commander or EDH deck, but these ones really are essential. You have Dryad Armor, and this guy He's a 1/1 creature when you drop him, but you don't pay any mana to drop him. But he's also a forest. What this guy is, he's a wild pair guy. He teams with Elvish Piper, so it just gets you more board advantage. And it's a 1/1 creature for a land. It just looks cool too. Dryad Armor. And then this is a double-edged sword, but it's awesome. Hall of the Bandit Lord. Now it comes into play tap, but you pay 3 life and you add 1 mana in your mana pool, and you use that mana on a creature, and that creature gets haste. And the creature having haste is sometimes the best way to go. So that's my Mayael the Anima deck. Let's take a look at her again. She's a mean girl. Flower power. But yeah, that's my Mayael the Anima deck, and I'm glad you guys spent the time to listen to me talk about it. I hope if you want to play her, you should definitely check her out. She takes a lot of work because at first she's just not as good like with the card tools that blue has, but it's a fun deck to play regardless, and it's very threatening. You just gotta remember to swing. Don't sit there and try to be political. Just swing at them. They usually can't do too much about it. And thanks for watching my video.